Now that we've done buttonholes, now it's time to sew on the button. Stitch number 29 in row 1 is just that. But let me show you some symbols that you're seeing before we actually get to the button. First off, there's a big X where the presser foot is. So we're going to actually not use a presser foot. The next symbol is talking about the optional multi-purpose tool that you can get. And this would be is just when you are sewing on buttons and you want to leave that extra shank of thread. You've got a small amount or a large amount. I'll show you how this works. And the last part here is a picture of a needle going back and forth. How many times do you want to go back and forth into the eyes of the button? So right now, times 8, so 8 stitches back and forth, but we could increase that. You can go ahead and add 10, 12, and keep on going, or less if you want. Let's go ahead and leave it at 8 for right now. The other thing that it wants you to do is drop the feed dogs. To lower the feed dogs down, you want to go ahead and take the lever that's below where the bobbin goes in and push it towards the minus sign. When you hear the little click, you notice that the teeth go down. Here's a little trick though. When you slide it back, those teeth don't come back up until you actually take a stitch. So if I lower down my presser foot and even touch my needle up, needle down, I'll hear a little click and now I can see them back up above my throat plate. So let's lower them down. Now for sewing these on, let's just do this first with our button. What we'd want to do is go ahead and line up the needle. If the needle looks like it's on one side, you want to put the button lined up with it. Oh, I'm going to hit it here. Here we go. Move it around. Now, the reason those feed dogs are lowered is just so you don't have any extra little jumps underneath. Some people just put their stitch length to 0, but this machine, you would still technically have those teeth coming up and down and touching. We don't want anything to move around here. So once you go down, take one full stitch by hand and then have it go down the second hole. Just make sure you are clearing the 2 holes and then go ahead and stitch. And it will go ahead and do all 8 stitches back and forth and it will lock at the end. That's it. Pull it out. Cut your threads. If you never want to sew those buttons on again for any reason, put a little drop of fray check right there. That glue will dry clear and these will never come undone. So if we were working with a foot, or a button with 4 holes and we wanted a shank, what we're going to do is kind of that same thing. We're going to set the tool underneath the button. We're going to lower the needle down into the hole that we're working with. Then lower down the presser foot and then go ahead and test the swing of the needle. There we go. We've cleared both needles. Now we're ready, set to go. Locks when it's done. Now, here's the thing. On this button, we have a gigantic ridge around the side. So if you ever have it where you're putting this down and your kind of the ankle of your foot, see how it wants to kind of tilt everything? All you'd need to do is actually take it out, turn it around, and make it so you're always working in the holes closest to you. That would be the easiest. So just lay it down, sink that needle down, test the swing, and we're looking good, and away we go. That's how easy sewing buttons are. Take that out, and that little tool has created that little extra room down underneath the button, so that way when you button something to it, there is room for the second piece of fabric.